So of all the possible topics I could have chosen for my last article audit of the year, I didn't expect to be picking Taylor Swift, but I am because people are so incredibly stupid that I just have to go through these articles and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. But apparently Taylor Swift, who I will say I don't know much about her at all. Like, I know she writes songs and she sings them. And apparently she doesn't talk about politics, and as I just learned, apparently she has an app. That's all I know. I don't really like her, but I don't dislike her, so I have no opinion of her. But apparently she posted this Instagram post, shown right here. The significant part of this post is the section where she says, "I couldn't have asked for a better year, all thanks to you," essentially thanking her fans for a great year. That's what I got out of it. But apparently a lot of other people just thought she was a terrible person for saying this, for saying I had a good year. And because she's referring to her fans, I assume she's talking about her career as a musician, as a songwriter. But we'll start with the main article here by Jezebel, called "Shut Up Taylor Swift, Everybody Hated 2017." Because there's no better way to show everyone you're a bitter, depressed human being than to write an article complaining about someone else enjoying their life. This is by Rebecca Fishbein, for anyone who's curious. She says, 2017 was not a good year. In the last 12 months, the United States has been plagued by hurricanes, wildfire, gunfire, and a group of megalomaniacs hell-bent on dismantling social safety nets so they can get tax breaks on their private jets. I think she's assuming a few things there. Billionaires destroyed media companies. Ice shelves cracked. Tom Petty died. The Great British Bake Off imploded. But it appears Taylor Swift had a super swell time with the rest of us, suffering nightly panic attacks, thanks very much, and she couldn't have asked for a better year. This person sounds so angry. She has super swell in italics. That's not me adding emphasis. She put that there. Swift posted about her wonderful 2017 on Instagram on Wednesday, just a few days after playing a show in London. "I love you guys so much," she said. "I couldn't have asked for a better year, all thanks to you. In all fairness, it was her birthday, but on my birthday I blacked out and cried, and Taylor should have too." I kind of feel bad for this person, because they don't seem to be having a very good life. But I mean, when you're this bitter, does she have a terrible life because she's bitter? And is probably only around bitter people? Or is she bitter because she has a terrible life? I don't know. I mean, I am making assumptions here. I don't want to say anything bad about her. That could be wrong. So I'm saying this is my impression from this article. But then she goes on to say, Billboard points out that Swift did, in fact, have a pretty good year, considering her new album, Reputation, has basically been at the top of the chart since it was released last month. Plus, she's allegedly in an awesome relationship with boyfriend Joe Alwyn. How lucky for her. And yet, it's hard to imagine even the happiest of life circumstances trumping the total trash storm that otherwise constituted this particular orbit around the sun. Anyway, undoubtedly 2018 will be worse, so perhaps Taylor Swift will get married. I love this. This person's so angry. I kind of feel bad, but I also kind of don't. Because when you make an article trashing another person because you're miserable, I don't have any sympathy for you. I'm sorry. But I guess to all those people that didn't write articles complaining about happy people that aren't happy themselves, good on you. I'm sorry you're not happy. But this woman did do some good, which I imagine was unintentional. Because down in the comments, I always like to read the comments after these. You can learn a lot about what people think. But there is a thread in the comments section of people just saying how good their year was. Saying, yes, I had a good year also. This person saying they got their own apartment. I took my own needs seriously and went back to therapy. Good for that person. Like, genuinely, good for that person. This person adopted a cat, got promoted, did a lot of volunteer work, took a vacation. This is awesome. Like, good for these people. That's how you take a dumpster fire that is this article and make it good. You just talk about the great things of your life. That's good. That's good. So thank you, comment section, for resurrecting this page, making it worth reading. But next up, an article I think that adds to this is one by Teen Vogue, which I've never read in my life, and apparently I'm starting now. Taylor Swift's 2017 Instagram comment is drawing ire from fans. First paragraph says, talk to any Taylor Swift fan and they'll likely lament about how upsetting it's been that their gal hasn't been doing much press to coincide with her new album, Reputation. Despite an occasional Twitter message here and Instagram photo there, Tay has remained unusually silent throughout the whole year, likely because she just wants her new music to speak for itself. I can't. I mean, I don't know anything about her, but I'm assuming the reason she doesn't constantly post things is because of things like this. She posted like, "Hey, I'm having fun on my birthday." And this is what happened. Bitter people attacking her, and I'm pretty confident that they're bitter, because no happy person looks at another happy person and says, "Oh, I should complain." These are bitter people being upset that other people are happy, and they're not. But anyways, there's not much added into this article besides some screenshots of people complaining on Twitter, which are always fun to read. I need enough money to buy the privilege to be oblivious to everything. Or maybe her life isn't completely revolved around politics. Next up, this other guy. To be fair, it's been a good year for rich people. This person sounds bitter. And the article ends with, many tweets directly called out the tone deafness of the singer's message. I mean, the country is basically in flames, but at least Taylor Swift is doing alright, one person noted. Perhaps most damning, though, I mean, yeah, there were Nazis and white supremacy marches, and families are being torn apart, I assume they mean torn apart, and there were mass shootings, and people are losing healthcare, but none of that affects me, so 2017 was great. Another bitter person, because according to this, by this logic, nobody can be happy as long as other people are unhappy. Next up, there's an article over at the Daily Mail on this same thing. And I'm going to jump towards the bottom, which says, from a personal standpoint, Swift had good reason to look fondly back on 2017. In August, Swift won a lawsuit against David Mueller, a former radio talk show host from Denver, whom she accused of groping her at an event in 2013. Swift informed Mueller's boss at KYGO-FM, who promptly fired him. Mueller then sued Swift for fabricating claims of sexual assault, leading to him losing his job. Swift responded by countersuing Mueller for sexual assault for $1. Apparently she won. Swift then released 2 chart-topping singles, Look What You Made Me Do and Ready For It, as a promo for her 6th studio album, Reputation. Since its release last month, Reputation has sold over 1.2 million copies in the United States, the most of any album this past year. It has also sold over 2 million copies worldwide. So far, it has been number 1 in the charts in the US, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. Last month, Swift announced that she would begin a global concert tour, her 5th, this coming spring to promote Reputation. Also, Time magazine included Swift on its cover for its Person of the Year issue. Swift is seen on the cover alongside other members of the #MeToo movement. Swift is also reportedly in the throes of love, having gone public with her relationship with boyfriend Joe Alwyn. The two are seen together in New York City last week. While Swift has declined to take any overt political stand, she was recognized for doing her part to bring awareness to the issue of sexual assault. So this is good. This is just going through her year personally. And this explains quite a bit. She had a great year. She personally had a great year. Because for one person to be happy, not everyone else has to be happy. And I'm not trying to put down the people that are depressed and just not having a good year. I'm not trying to put down the people that are upset for good reason, that just have terrible lives. That's awful. That's genuinely awful. But who I am trying to put down are the people that had a bad year and are upset that other people are happy. That's not how you be happy. Being upset that other people are happy is not how you be happy. I know personally I am a very lucky person. I am lucky to have a pretty great life, and I try to do my best to help other people. But I'm not going to help the people that are bitter and trying to bring down others. So screw all of you. So there's a few other articles that I'll leave in the description that don't really add much. But I do want to finish off by going through some of the tweets that were mentioned in the Independence article on the same thing. They just collected a bunch of tweets of people being angry for no good reason. One of them being from Kevin Allred. Is there anything more annoying than Taylor Swift talking about what a great year 2017 has been while everyone else is fighting for our lives under Trump? Ugh. A tad bit of hyperbole there, Mr. Allred. And by Lavender, Taylor Swift is cancelled. Being white and staying silent is racism. Homophobic, transphobic. But to call it a great year, yikes. I mean, of all the people on the internet to be complaining about this, maybe there's really not that many. But of all the people, why independent? Why would you pick the most radical morons? And apparently being white and also being silent on how bad of a year this was for other people is apparently racist and homophobic and transphobic. Because this year you can't be just one or none of them. You have to be all of them at the same time. C.E. Goodman, too, says Taylor Swift is experiencing a different 2017 than I am, probably because she is a different human being and leads a different life than you. Thank you. So with that, we'll finish up the last article audit of 2017. 18 episodes is pretty good, I think, but, I mean, it's YouTube, so it's not much of an accomplishment because I can really upload whatever I want, whether they're good or not. But I like to think that they're getting better as time goes on, as I'm putting more work into them. But like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, always appreciated. Post a comment about your 2017 and how it's been. And thanks for watching.